It's an automatic integration that pulls the cash transactions from PCC into Sage. And then once a month, we pull in revenue information from PCC to Sage. And again, that's automatic. If there's any errors or anything, I will get notification. I am Adria Long. I'm the controller here at Menno Haven. Oh, it was huge, because really another piece of wanting to move to a new system was the creation of efficiencies. We still had a lot of manual processes in GP, and we wanted to become more proactive and less reactionary. So we wanted to be able to have time after a month close or something like that to actually sit and evaluate our financials, and really be able to go to our directors and supervisors really knowing what was going on. Whereas in the old system that we were using, we didn't necessarily have that time. It was crunch, 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 and then, oh, here's your financials. And so with the integration between PCC and Sage, it's been great because that was a huge journal entry that we had to do manually each month, and it took a lot of time. And so now it's just making sure, does our AR tie out? It's just really double checking our sub ledgers to the general ledger and all the manual pieces out of it, which has been great. The ability to integrate with PCC directly has probably saved us about a full half day's work at the end of each month.
I'm Ryan Fritz. I work here at Menno Haven as the Chief Financial Officer. When I first got here, if we could get financials done by the 15th of the month, that was considered great. But that wasn't great because you're going to finance committee with not being able to review those reports. Well, now, we're down. I feel confident that we're getting the closing down to 8 days or less. The final goal is to get it down to 5, and we're on our way. And there's some months that we can hit that. There's some months we're still at that day 6 or 7 with it, but we've definitely cut it down to 8 days or less from start to finish. And I think as we go further, there's still things that we can do to automate to help us with that to get it down to that 5-day close.
It's amazing how you find things to fill your time. We've been able to actually spend a lot more time out with our department managers and the administrators in each of our facilities. And each month we meet with them and go over their financials, whereas we didn't necessarily have the time to do that with each of our areas. We have quite a few areas. And not only that, but we have dashboards set for our department managers and the administrators that they can actually log into Sage and see their day-to-day activity. So they're more knowledgeable about what's actually happening in their facility. So then when we're meeting, everybody's just on the same page, and we can really spend more time planning and focusing on, okay, where do we go from here? What needs to change? How can we improve? And things like that.
I'm actually now analyzing a lot more now that we've got it, that we can get to the service lines, because I really want to look at things on a service line and by each location and then roll up my nursing all together, because now I can start to benchmark, right? Based on census and census here, this is how much their labor is running per resident per day, actually being able to do that. And now also looking for other industry benchmarks. How are we doing to others with that? And I'd have to say that that's probably the one thing that my finance committee really appreciates is, yes, you can see this, but when you can take it down for per resident per day for nursing or rehab or personal care, they can easily tell, because it takes the variance out of, all right, well, I have additional volume, so my revenue should be up, but does it coincide with that? So we're really now starting to push the envelope and looking at the service lines a lot more and saying, you know what, we really need to concentrate on this area because it's not doing well. It's that manual work, getting rid of it. And I know a lot of the stuff that we could set up to automate, we automate. Now, there's still checks and balances that you got to verify that the data you get is right. If it tells you you're getting 10 million out of the system, 10 million came over. And it's cut a lot of the what ifs or where we could have done something wrong out of the equation. No, we absolutely wouldn't. Again, that manual process that we had and the opportunities that we had to make errors along the way. I'm not saying we still can't make an error for we have to add something new, but at least it's consistent month after month. And it's been huge. Now I feel confident. I highly recommend it. Once you get a good experience, it's hard to ever want to switch. I got to tell you, I have nothing but positives to say about Sage and IntelliConnect.